Greetings and salutations, everyone. 'Tis I, GodOfKnockers. This is going to be a short video, but I feel that this is something that needs to be addressed. Now, I want to make it very clear, this particular video is only visible in the Maiden Nation Discord. It's exclusive to the Discord server. And it's something that needs to be addressed. There's a lot of things that need to be addressed here, because there's been a lot of back and forth about things that I've said, and I've repeated it over and over and over again. It falls on deaf ears, it gets misconstrued, it gets misinterpreted. So I'm going to make this video to explain in full detail, as best as I can, why I'm saying the things that I'm saying, okay? And I want to make it clear, this is not a hit piece. This is not, I'm not mentioning names, we're not doing any of that crap. I'm a grown-ass man, this is not high school, so here we go. This is going to be a short video, but I'm going to make it quick. When I say that it's just better to go and play something else, that's not a detriment to anything. That's just what happens with gamers. That's what happens with anything. You get a fill of content, you watch it, you enjoy it, you consume it, you move on to the next thing. If something sucks and is not to your liking, try something else. That's not me trying to prevent the game from being popular. That's not me trying to stop people from enjoying this game. That's just common sense. That's just what humans do when it comes to entertainment. You watch a movie. The movie sucks, you get up, you leave. You watch something else. If you watch the movie to its entirety, that's great. You've gotten your fill. So what do after a bit? You watch something else. Yeah, you might come back to the same movie because you want to watch it again. You enjoyed yourself. But that's just how it is. That's how it is with every form of entertainment. Movies, TV shows, books, and especially video games. And it's not just me that's saying this. The developers themselves are saying this. Whenever someone new comes to the Discord server, you get a whole bunch of messages that tell you what we're about, what the server is for, and you get this lovely little message here at the very end. And I want to just hear me out here. I'm reading from this message. It says, League of Maidens was created by 3 developers. 3 developers is in bold, and it's in alpha stage. Alpha stage is also in bold print. Please keep this in mind before downloading to play. The game will have bugs. The before downloading to play and will have bugs, also bold. This last part that I don't think anybody's paying attention to. It says, if you are not comfortable with playing in an early state with bugs, we would suggest downloading to play once we enter beta stage. Thank you for your understanding. This message has been here for every person that joins the server. Put into perspective of how much nobody's paying attention to that message, there's 25,000 of us in that Discord. 25,000 times that message has been produced. 25,000 times, most people ignored it. 25,000 times. I'm not saying to go and play something else. The devs are saying it as well. You don't like this game in its current state, leave, come back, play something else. The main commander has even said, if this game's not to your liking, just play something else for the time being. And that's not a detriment. That's not like, well, that won't make the game sale. No, that's just what you do. If you are trying something and you don't like it, it's not to your liking, you don't enjoy it, you move on to the next thing. You find something else. That's what everybody does. Think of it as it's like a digital couch potato, if you will. You're watching a stream or a video on YouTube or something like that, and you're watching it and you're just sitting there and you're getting more disgruntled with whatever it is that you're looking at. You don't like it. You're not getting into it. It's not appealing to you. Are you going to just sit there and continue to bitch and fuss and complain about it? Or are you just going to say, I need to play something else? The vast majority of people are going to just play something else. That's not a detriment to anything or to anybody or to anyone. That's just what you do. You know, it's like if you're sitting in front of your television and you see a program that stinks, and instead of just changing the channel, you're just going, this program sucks, I don't like this, I don't like that, why aren't you doing this thing, why aren't you... And the whole time, and I've actually seen this, the person who's complaining about the show on TV is holding the remote in their hand. All they have to do is just push a button, change the channel, and they might find something else to watch. That's not a detriment to anything. That's just what you do. We're human beings. We're creatures of habit and creatures of pleasure. We like watching things. We like watching things that entertain us. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a detriment. The devs say very clearly, if you don't like this game in its current state, come back when it's in a better state. There's nothing wrong with that, my guys. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Okay? The other thing that I want to address, and a lot of people in the Discord server, well, just a few people have called me a know-it-all. That's confusing cockiness for confidence. Okay? I am not cocky, and I have stated many times, I'm not a know-it-all. Nobody knows everything. We do not know what we do not know. Okay? Being confident just means that I know enough and I'm knowledgeable enough to not fuck shit up. That's it. I can hold an argument, not an argument, but I can hold a conversation with you or have a discussion with you about things, and I can hold my own because I know what I'm talking about. It doesn't mean that I'm right. It doesn't mean that I'm wrong. It's just about perspective and giving opinions. It's about the flow of information and ideas and points of view. That's how I'm coming at in the Discord. I am not trying to say, we're not doing that shit. Okay? I am not a cocky motherfucker. Another thing I'd like to point out, when it comes to, like the hours that someone plays, I have never had any weight other than, wow, you play the game a lot, and you know your stuff. That's it. That's all it really says. Yes, there is someone in there who played the game for 11,000 hours. The only thing that tells me is that you really enjoy what you're playing. You're having fun with the game, and you like playing this game a lot. That's what it says to me. I currently got 601 hours in League of Maidens. Do you know what that means? I just like playing the game. Yeah, I've learned about the mechanics of the game, and yes, I've learned a lot about the game. I try to learn as much as I can about this because I like this game. I just like it. It's fun. It's not perfect. It's buggy. I like it. It's fun to play and enjoy. And I would rather someone be like, take a chance on it, and if it's not to your liking, play something else. Because I don't want you sitting there being all bitter and angry and jaded about anything. I really don't. You know, the whole point of playing a game is that it's entertainment. It's supposed to be entertaining you. If it's not, find something else to entertain you, to entertain yourself with. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's all there is. All right? I'm not a kiss ass. I'm not a suck up. I'm not talking out of my butt. If you don't like this game, play something else. If you do like the game, keep on playing it. It's fine. You don't need to do more than you need to do. You don't need to constantly keep playing this thing if you don't want to keep constantly playing it. You don't have to do that. If you're not enjoying the game, just play something else. I have seen people do that. There's people right now who are playing a completely different game altogether. And it's fine for them to do that. That's what you're supposed to do. If an update drops, when an update drops, and you want to go back and play it, do that. You also have the option not to. I'm not doing or saying anything that is detrimental. I'm just bringing rational thought and critical thinking to the discussion. I'm not trying to one-up anybody, and I'm definitely not trying to kiss anybody's ass. And that's another thing I want to point out. Talking about how great the game is, and congratulating or giving thanks to the developers for the work that they've done with this game is not kissing ass. What does that even mean? What is the end goal to that? What does that do? It's a free-to-play game. What is the goal to that? What, to make the game more free? You don't have to spend a single dime on this game. Not one penny. And if you choose to do so, that's good, because that actually does help with the development of that game. It's good that you do that. But kissing their ass doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It's fine. It's okay. I have kicked about $400 to this game in the last 3 years. I'm not sitting here being angry or expecting anything to happen. I don't need any compensation. I bought what I bought. I got what I got. I'm happy and content with it. And it does help them out. That's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with any of that. And on the issue of disagreeing with me and stuff, fine. You're going to do that anyways. That's just basic status quo. But if you try to change the narrative to a point of where it sounds like I'm saying one thing when I'm actually not, I'm just telling it to you directly as it is. There's no connotations, there's no hidden agendas, there's no secret messages or hidden encrypted shit in there. If you're trying to change it to anything, you're only hurting yourself. I've always been a straight shooter about anything and everything. There's a lot of people in my life that can definitely affirm to that. I have never been the type of person to be quiet about anything. I have always been outspoken. I've always been open about things. I've always been honest about things because that's what you need in this world. If I'm just going to listen to the echo chamber and just repeat and regurgitate what everybody else has already said, that just makes me somebody's bitch. And I am nobody's bitch. Mama taught me not to be nobody's bitch. Okay? That's just how it is. That's how I am. That's how I roll. And in the final closing of this, I like the game. It's buggy, yes, but I like it. It's not so buggy that I can't play it, and I am actively and always looking for bugs to find and stuff. I'm always doing that. Always. I'm always doing that because I love this game. The devs have always been open and honest with us. I've never had any bad issues with them of any kind. They're just making the game. And I do have some insight and some knowledge about game development because that's what I'm studying right now. I'm learning about programming, I'm learning about game theory and game design, so I have some kind of insight that I can bring to this. I have some kind of knowledge. I've been listening to developers, I've been watching developer streams. I'm gaining insight to the mind of a developer and the things that they have to deal with, the stuff they gotta go through. I'm learning about stuff, and that's what you should be doing. There's a huge gap between developer and gamer. Developers don't have time to truly explain how stuff is made when it comes to game development and the intricate details that's involved because there's a lot of stuff and they are busy working on making the game you want to play. Gamers don't try to have any insight in this because it's like, I want what I want, give me what I want. You better not be screwing me over. Oh, don't do that because if you do, oh, there's going to be hell to pay. I'm going to review bomb. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do. There's a huge gap when it comes to the understanding of gamers and devs. Huge gap. I can't bridge it. The gap's too huge. What I'm trying to do is just encourage to take a moment to push out all that energy, that all that negative bullshit and all that stuff, to look over at the devs and say, hey, how you do that? What's involved here? Because that's what needs to happen. That's one of the major things that needs to happen. You need insight, the understanding of how games are made. You know, we can listen to all the terrible tales about what Blizzard did, and Blizzard did some janky ass shit. We can listen to what Riot Games is doing. We can listen to all the negative shit that's going on and all the negative stories till the cows come home. It's great selling points. It's good clickbait. Bravo. But when it comes to perspective, you gotta listen to that with your own two ears. You gotta take the initiative and say, hey, how does this happen? How does this work? What are you guys doing? Because if you have to go in with it with an open mind, this game. That's with any game. Alpha and beta build, closed or open. An open mind is necessary. It's important to do that. I do that with everything. I have been in a lot of alpha builds. I've been in a lot of open beta builds. I've been in closed. I've been in invites. I've had NDAs and embargoes. I've been doing this for a very long time. And I ask a lot of questions. I, look into a lot of insight of things. I'm very creative. I'm very open. That's how you should come with your games. Be open about something. If a game is not hitting it for you, play something else. You're not going to hate anybody. It's not going to hurt anything. And on the issue of telling people not to say that, I could not say that. You're right. I couldn't say that, but it's still going to happen anyway. Because that's what we do when it comes to entertainment. We consume a product, we enjoy it, we move on to the next thing. That's normal with everything. That is the status quo with entertainment. You watch the content, you consume the content, you enjoy the content or not, and then you just move on. That's with everything. Not just video games, TV shows, movies, books, pictures. It's just what we do. I hope this clears up a lot of stuff about me and how I behave and the things that I say in the Maiden Nation Discord. I want you guys to take care, be awesome, enjoy the things that you enjoy, consume them, do what you want to do, and have fun. Take care and good games. See you on the battlefield.